Hi, Joe Kehrig with the Kehrig Real Estate Team, and this is your San Ramon Valley update for April 15th. What we're going to talk about today is obviously the continuing rise of home prices and how they're really building up people's home equity, because you know, you're still hearing that, oh, is this going to be another 2008? Is this going to still be a recession? Are we going to go into the foreclosure market? And if these numbers just don't prove that that's not going to happen, you know, and the other thing I want to talk about really quickly, because I'm hearing a lot, because unfortunately we have the war in Israel. And a lot of people are calling me saying, hey, what's going to happen with home prices? They think they're going to crash. Really, it's the exact opposite. First off, you have to remind yourself, we are not getting into that war. We never have in Israel, and we have both presidential candidates don't have a stomach for war, which is a good part. They don't want to get us into a war. And as always, it's going to be almost more a proxy war, you know, like the Ukraine was, where we basically, you know, let's face it, Ukraine, we were basically fighting, you know, Russia, but we were being the proxy and giving our funds and everything to Ukraine. It's going to be the same thing with Israel. We're not going to get into that war. We're just going to support Israel, which obviously is our ally. So again, the exact opposite happens when something like that happens. Just like, remember COVID. COVID looked like almost the end of the world. And what did home prices do? They shot up because when things get wild out there, people find security in their home, and that's where they want to be. So again, you know, and that's why we're seeing home prices continue to rise. Look at this. This is amazing. 48 consecutive quarters of positive price appreciation, going all the way back to 2012, because remember, the Great Recession was 2008 to 11, then 12, it started going up. We've had basically 48 quarters since 2012 where we've had positive price appreciation. When you look at this graph, you can see that obviously it was way up, it went down, but things were still appreciating, but now it's starting to go up again. And look at homeowner equity gains. See, this is amazing when you look at the map of the United States. What's the #1 state is California. You know, the dark blue represents, you know, the most that homes have appreciated. And obviously there's some East Coast cities, and then you have California. The only city down here that has basically gone down in value is Texas. Because Texas, remember, rose so fast. And because their prices started so low, they still haven't climbed back out, but you're going to see them climb back out too. So, and the reason we're not going to see foreclosures, this is an amazing graph that I didn't know until I saw this graph. 38.7, so 39% of homeowners out there own their home free and clear. So that's like almost 40% of the homeowners, 4 out of 10, don't even have a mortgage. So how could they be foreclosed on? And then you have almost 30%, 28.7, of mortgage that have more than 50% equity. So you literally have almost 70% of the people have 50% or more equity, and then obviously 33%, a third, have less than a 50% equity. So again, you're not going to see a foreclosure. And I will tell you, if every home that was in some phase of foreclosure came on the market, it still wouldn't help the 7 million that were short as far as homes going on the market that we really need, that we're behind the supply and demand. You can see the price appreciation over the last 60 years continuing to go up all the way from 1963. And the gap is widening as far as renters compared to the net worth of renters compared to homeowners. You can see here it's 385,000 and continues to widen from where, you know, the net worth of a renter compared to the net worth of a homeowner. And that's because I can tell you, I've sold so many homes out there for people that are going into elder care or going into retirement homes or moving out of the state and downsizing. And 90% of their wealth is in their home, which is great, because if they grow up in our valley and they've been there for 20, 30 years, they probably have $1 million or $2 million of equity in their home. And you know what? That's about 90% of their net worth. So if you didn't know it before, home ownership is absolutely where you want to be if you want to obviously have net worth. And then you make all those payments and you're thinking that, oh geez, the payments I have to make every month. And really it's like putting it into a bank account that's going to support you when you do decide to retire or downsize. And you can see the homeowner net worth is 40 times greater than renting a home. So let's talk about where are our market conditions, because it is still a hot market out there. And you see San Ramon, where obviously the active properties have gone up just a little and pendings continue to go up. So again, no matter how, we're seeing a lot more listings come on the market, but because of all the professionals coming up from San Jose and Fremont and landing in Dublin and San Ramon, those are our hottest markets out there. So no matter how many more homes come on the market, it's being absorbed in San Ramon. Where you can see in Danville, it's a little bit different. We're seeing more homes come on the market, and you're seeing inventory rise, the active properties rise in Danville, and they're staying pretty steady in pendings, which is a great sign for the market because we need more inventory. Alamo market, you really see it. There was a ton of homes came on the market in Alamo. Matter of fact, I'm anxious to see what happens next week when we talk, because I want to see if these homes get absorbed. There was like 12 homes on broker's tour just from Alamo, which normally, we get 2 or 3 a week. And you can see it in this chart. Increase of homes compared to a decrease in pending property. So Alamo is going to be an interesting market to look at. But again, you're talking about the average price of being about $3 million. And you see the Dublin market pretty much staying steady. Active properties and pending properties are staying the same. But the one thing you're not seeing is any of the markets drop below 100% as far as asking compared to sales price. San Ramon, 106%. Danville, 103%. Alamo, 102%. Dublin, 110%. So it's amazing. But even what I said about Alamo, when you look at last week, on the week of the 7th, Alamo, 110%. There were 4 properties that closed in Alamo. Every one of them sold for more than asking. So you still have properties out there that aren't selling, and they're lagging on the market because, like we always talk about, people at 3% were willing to buy any home, even if it was maybe a little overpriced or it needed work. But at 6.5% or 7%, they're not willing to stretch out there if a home needs a lot of work. So every neighborhood, everything's a little bit different. Give me a call. If you have any questions at all, Joe Kehrig, 925-487-6838, or drop me an email, joe@kehrigteam.com, or visit our website to learn a little bit more about the Kehrig team, www.kehrigteam.com. Thanks, and can't wait to see you next week, and we'll see what happens with this market if the absorption continues as it is right now.